Thomas Jefferson was still in the White House when a Tennessee farm first planted its roots back in the early 1800s. The descendants of those original farmers are still planting their crops each spring. But what once was wilderness is now dramatically different. It's a picturesque part of America and an important portion of Tennessee's rich agricultural assets. The sprawling Beatty family farm near Murfreesboro is more than 200 years old. Its past reflected in the historic cabins that are part of the property.
This field yesterday just had water.
John Beatty and his son-in-law Brandon Wett are assessing their acres of recently planted corn just now breaking through the soil. John is part of a sixth-generation family to work this farm, and Brandon comes to the land cognizant of that family history and the opportunity it provides him.
I have to say firsthand that I'm extremely blessed with a set of in-laws like I have. You know, most people can't stand to eat Christmas dinner with them, yet alone work with them day in and day out. But John and I are just like father and son. I really look to him as a father figure and as a best friend.
Brandon, John, and their family members will raise corn, wheat, and soybeans on 1,400 acres of land. Land which shares space with an historic family cemetery that sits right in the middle of the farm.
3 grates, 2 grates, 1 grate.
And James Bass was the beginning of this farm.
Was the beginning of the farm. And he had a land grant from American Revolutionary War.
Wow.
Signed by, and we had a document signed by Patrick Henry, giving him 1,200 acres.
The reality of farming here includes a fast-growing community that's built right up to the edge of the farm fields themselves. 400 of the farm's original acres sit on what is today prime residential real estate. It's a dramatic contrast of rural and urban.
We get questions all the time. Why do what you do? Why farm the land that you farm? You could sell out your 400 acres
for a fortune.
And people fail to realize that there's a value to that ancestry and to that family that you have and that's worked so hard on that land in years past.
In addition to corn, soybeans, and wheat grown here, the family will raise and finish hogs. Some of the meat goes into their own sausage, some to a major producer of consumer pork products. But one animal not heading to market is this guy. And so this is Wilbur from the cover of Charlotte's Web.
This is Wilbur. This is the Wilbur. Was handpicked to be on the cover of the book about 6 years ago now.
Whoa!
So Wilbur does want to come on up and see you. He likes snacks.
You are one big pig. Wilbur has become a major attraction for visitors to the farm. Wilbur was handpicked as a much smaller piglet to grace the cover on a new release of the classic children's book Charlotte's Web. So in addition to his literary credits, he's a pig playing a part in ag education.
We're so far removed now from even knowing where our food comes from. We think it's very important for people to realize that it actually comes from our hands, being out here feeding the animals, taking care of them, giving them the things that they need. You know, food just doesn't come off the shelf at the grocery store, at the local supermarket. It starts right here with this animal, and it starts right here with us taking care of this animal, making sure that it is put on your shelf at your local supermarket in a safe way so that you and your family can enjoy it at your table every night.
What does it mean to you to be a producer of food?
I think it's the most important job in the world. Obviously, if we don't have food, a safe supply of food, we're not going to be very productive. So at the end of the day, you can take every job in the world, but providing a safe food source for America and for our neighbors, for our family, is extremely important.
And for Wilbur.
And for Wilbur.
Farmers, they say, well, when are you going to retire? I don't know why. Enjoy what you're doing. as long as you enjoy it and happy with it, so why retire? Most farmers just fade away. They just fade off into the sunset and get where they can't get out.
And when you do, you know where you're going.
I know where I'm going. That's right. And you better keep the grass mowed too.